Hello, people. It's your boy Usmaan back again with another rival fan podcast. As you can see, we got two people missing. Keishan, to be fair to him, it's his girlfriend's birthday, so I'll let him off. And on top of that, his team's not really lost this week. But abit, I know you're going to be watching this later. Listen, just because you're not here doesn't mean Arteta's getting off scot-free. I tell you that right now. But listen, as always, make sure you get your comments in, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. I believe a couple of 850, so if you can subscribe, we would massively appreciate it. Yesterday, I did a podcast with some of the Chelsea fans that we've got on the socials, so check that one out because it was very heated and it's just a good debate in general. But as always, we are joined by Daniel and Lola's. Boys, how we doing?
Doing good.
Yes,
All good, mate. All good. Like I said, got a few things going on today, but you know, I could not miss the party.
Allow you in there.
On cue, we got Cam. Shout out to Cam, by the way, because he's an actual Arsenal fan. That's not bottled, and he's come on, very late notice. So shout out to you, bro. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yourselves? You can hear me, yeah? You can all hear me all right, yeah?
The audio's last, bro.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna warn you, yeah. You won't be able to banter me as an Arsenal fan, yeah, because listen, I'm just gonna say it from here. I was ringing out from 2006, so that's how deep it goes with me, innit? I was joining you in with the banter of my club. That's how bad it is.
2006, yo, relax, man. He was invincible in 2004.
No, he weren't, bro. Listen, we dropped off in 2005, bro. We were lucky to get top 4 2006.
That's
what I'm saying, bro.
Okay, so it's going to be interesting. Slightly different to our normal Arsenal fan who will back his team to the hills, even with a bit of delusion, some would say.
I know, that makes it less fun. Like.
It does to be fair. Look, Ahmed's not here, so I'm not going to take too many shots, but Arteta, is where
What teams are you, by the way? Obviously, I know one's United.
Yes, Daniel's Chelsea and Lawless is West Ham, from West Ham Fan TV as well. So you can check them out on there as well. The homies. Listen, let's get started. As we've already discussed, we're going to start with West Ham against Manchester City because Lawless has to shoot off at some point because he's got to shoot himself. A fantastic result again. Moyes the Messiah. After Ancelotti, he's probably, at the moment, you probably say one of the best managers in the league in terms of form. Because the way, your results against the opposition as well has been absolutely ridiculous. But Lawless, we'll come to you first and foremost. He's not on the team.
Yeah. Like that's the thing. That was the worry is when he comes back, are we going to drop off? Is it going to be, when he comes back in the stadium? But yeah, it's a shock. It's a shock to a lot of us. And the thing is, look, Moose was on here last week talking about losing 1-0 to Man City's progress. I mean, let's talk about progress. We've lost by 4 or more goals to Man City at home for like 6 times in a row. Yeah. So then they rock up and we're thinking like, all right, here we go. And, we take the lead like 18 minutes in and I'm like baffled. You can see on our watch along, I'm like, what is going on here? And then I'm nervous. I'm waiting for the inevitable fight back and the comeback and them to just pulling goals. And it didn't really come. And then obviously they ended up scoring. And then De Bruyne comes on and you're like, oh, here we go. De Bruyne. The same way we was kind of like when Bale comes along, like, here we go. And just like Bale, De Bruyne kept him quiet. And big point. I can't believe it. Yeah, so big progress, and Moyes is doing it against the top teams, which is something he didn't really used to do.
Yeah, no, to be fair, like in terms of the way your results have been in recent times, and against Man City, don't get me wrong, I think in the second half they probably had enough of the ball to potentially create a chance. But like you said, on how many occasions have I seen the scoreline against West Ham and Man City 5-1, 4-1? So, like, if you go through that, the last couple of leagues, they always slap you. Like, I don't know what it is. Well, Man United struggle against West Ham all the time, but Man City seem to always have the better of you, like, as you've already mentioned.
And let's point out that Antonio, our most important player, went off injured. That was the point.
Yeah,
I got to shout out West Ham, though. I got to shout out West Ham because I remember after the Arsenal game, I was talking to one of my mates who's a West Ham fan, innit? He's like, you don't understand this club. It's doom and gloom at this club. We're getting relegated. You don't understand. Like, no one wants to play for the manager or the board, this and that. And then since then, it's just like West Ham have just suddenly in that Arsenal game, I admit that Arsenal game, we were lucky to beat West Ham. West Ham definitely deserved at least a point out of that game. They
Yeah,
definitely
because
deserved at least a
the
point out of that game.
context of that game has changed as well with the Arsenal game. Because at the time, even though we was all like, yeah, we deserve to win it or at least draw it, we was looking at like, well, look, even when we're good, we can't win the game.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that kind of added to the
Disheartening,
misery.
isn't it? Yeah.
But now, like, you look at it as that was the first step of this run of this good performance of the games, the way we've improved. Now that the whole context of it changes, of like we were just unlucky, you know, and the Newcastle game may have been a blip. So that changes the whole viewpoint of the Arsenal game now with this run. It's mad.
I got a question for you, Dan, actually, being the West Ham and obviously signing Benrahma. And in my opinion, when I was talking to some other West Ham fans that I know, I was saying that Benrahma could be what Partey actually was for that system and for that club. So, but if you look at the way Moyes manages, you can tell he's heavily starting 11 focused. The guys he's got in the team right now are the guys he trusts. So what do you think he should do? How do you think he should integrate him into the team? Because in my opinion, he's probably the best winger at the club. Like talent, gifted, all of that kind of stuff. But Moyes trusts the players that he trusts. So how do you think he should get him involved?
My viewpoint was look to the Fulham game. Right, Fulham are like the worst team form wise in the league, you know, because a lot of this system has been working against, you know, some of the better teams, and that could have been a chance to bring him in. However, with this Antonio injury, and I'm hearing that could be worse than we thought, we may have to now start Haller, right? And if we start Haller, I think that's the time you bring in Benrahma, because I think Benrahma could be the key to Haller and be able to create some chances and get the ball to his feet. And I think that's what you do. And that's the thing. It's a big loss for Antonio. You saw like it just completely changed the game with Man City, and that's when they scored. They scored after we had to take off our best player. So that's a big asterisk on that. Not to say that they might not.
Big up to Antonio this season. Well, big up to Antonio since the lockdown, man. He's been just on the mad run.
Yeah, I think it's 11 goals in 14 games since.
I'd rather him than a Aubameyang right now. No lie.
yeah. I know. Listen, I know we're gonna get into that.
Furthermore, I'd rather him than our full front three, bro. I'm not gonna lie, man. I just realised I'm there slating, but Aubameyang like Lacazette and William and Saka are doing any better, bro.
Mate.
I like Saka, to be fair, so I'm not going to say nothing.
Nah, I like him, man. He's got a future.
I was gonna ask you about Antonio in particular, because look, first and foremost, his goals not even being spoken about enough on social media.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I agree. I was saying this to one of my mates as well, man.
It was actually undefendable because the defender's done nothing wrong there. Like, he's touch tied to him. He's done absolutely nothing wrong, and that it just shows that when a defender, if as a defender, if you hold your hands up and say, "No, what, fair play." Fair play. I can't do anything about that, because what he can't actually defend against that. He's back to goal, and he knows exactly where to go. The man didn't even celebrate really, because it's like it's a normal thing now. And man's on this, you know. But
well, he said he's not going to celebrate while the fans ain't. He's not going to be doing these celebrations while the fans can't go in.
But like,
what happened? Can I quickly ask? What's happened to Frederick?
He at the time he got injured. No, I think he's back now. He got injured. Obviously,
I've known him all my life. So when he signed for West Ham, I was like, yeah, my guy, because I see him got promoted with Fulham, innit? So I'm just seeing if is he doing good, yeah? He's not letting your club down, is he?
No, the thing is, he was doing good. He got injured, and then we brought in this Sofal, right? Souček's mate. And he's been unreal. Like, he's been really good. He made a little mistake in the Man City game, but apart from that, like, he put in the ball for Antonio's goal. So he put in that a beautiful ball there. Obviously, Antonio showing the strength to be able to hold off their defender, and just the awareness, the presence of space, and that and bangs it in. So yeah, like it's a tough one at the moment for Fredericks, but there'll definitely be times for him, obviously, to come back in. But this was a time where he had a hard time of it last season, Fredericks, but now with this wing-back formation we've got, like Masuaku, it suited him so well, and it suits Sofal as well. So we've sort of got selection headaches in certain places, but up front, this is the problem. So with Antonio getting injured now, Haller came on, and I've been having this argument with West Ham fans today, and I said this, right, because people are coming on going, he's lazy, he's not doing anything. I said, listen, having Haller coming on to fill Antonio's boots and do what Antonio does is like asking Andy Carroll to come on for Leicester and do what Vardy does.
Yeah,
it's not gonna work.
Different players, completely
different players completely. I think you have to look at to change the formation.
Yeah.
Or change some of the players around it. Maybe bring off for nows and put on better Ben Rama. Like it's just not going to work. So all the people that are getting onto Allaire, like, and we're going to have to do that. We're going to have to figure that out going forward because we put Bowen up front, didn't really work, and then obviously Allaire went in the place. And yeah, that's the only worry. So we're looking into the Liverpool game. Look, whatever we get out, that's a bonus. But it's just a worry to see if Moyes, the test is can he change things up enough to get the best out of Allaire.
Yeah, and just obviously regarding Allaire as well, you know, he came on a huge price tag. And for me personally, I'm a massive fan of his. I think for whatever reason it's not worked out at West Ham. Antonio's definitely stepped up. And I was going to ask, do you think he's massively underrated? Because like for me personally, and I know Keishan is not on the show actually, he's normally on the show. I've been a fan of Antonio since day one for like, I don't know how many years it's been. Like I've been raving about this guy before he like fully hit it off at West Ham. I just think he doesn't get any respect. Like just to bring you in, bro, like what are your thoughts from, you know, an outside? I know obviously the West Ham fans will definitely respect him. He's basically a legend for me personally at West Ham. No, he's definitely getting close to that category. Cam, what do you think from the outside perspective? You know, as Lawrence was saying, he's got 11 in 14. You know,
what I'm gonna say is, he's in my Premier League team, innit? So that's all I have to say, really, man. Like, I've always rated the guy since he's been at West Ham. I find like he's just one of them players. Like he's had his injuries, problems, but when he's on a form, he's one of the best. And you're right, like he doesn't get spoken enough about because he's at West Ham. But if he was at someone like Chelsea or Arsenal or United or something, like that's what I'm saying. He'll be like, oh yeah, Antonio is like one of the best strikers. But because he's at West Ham, they look over him. But
the thing is, Bilic kind of, and I love Slaven Bilic, but he kind of held him back. He come to us as a winger, and he was looking good on the wing, and then Bilic got this thing in his head, like he would turn him into the next Antonio Valencia, like and play him at right back, and it just didn't work. Like he put in a shift, he worked hard, but it held him back so much. And the only thing is, and this is what I'm saying, like I've given Moyes criticism, but if Moyes, and he did the same for Arnautovic, turned Arnautovic from a winger into a very good striker, and if Arnautovic had him all this time and had played this way all this time, the goals that he would have got for this club, obviously injuries has held him back still, but he's on track to become our all-time Premier League goal scorer, to overtake Di Canio. He's on track to overtake Di Canio. With injuries, playing from right back, all of this stuff, like he's had to play everywhere, and now he's got a position where he can truly call his own, and that's his. But it's his hamstrings, mate. His hamstrings are like they're always liable to snap at any point, and that's another big downside. So it's a shame, but yeah, quality player. Like I love Antonio. Good guy as well. Good mentality, and just a good all round person to have around the club.
Yeah, Daniel, let's bring you in. Obviously, I know you was talking to an off cam, so that's why I left you for a second. But what are your thoughts on Man City? Because we're not really mentioning Man City at all. You know, huge credit to West Ham again, fantastic result for them. But where does this leave Manchester City? A poor start from them this season. They've had a similar start to us in terms of no preseason. They had a couple of decent players on the pitch with De Bruyne now coming on. What are your thoughts on Man City?
There's I think for me there's three parts to it. I've spoken a lot about Man City. I mean, I've got a Man City fan on my platform, and we always talk about stuff like this. And I think there's three parts to it. So the first part to it, in my opinion, is that there's a stage where it becomes more than the tactics. You have to look at the motivation of the players. You have to look at how much do they really want it, kind of thing.
Sorry, I was just going to read this comment.
Who's that? Who's Bits and Bobs? Sing on this guy, bro. Who's this Bits and Bobs, bro?
That's the movie, man. Yeah, that's crack up, man.
He's making me laugh still with his comments. Nah, the G still.
Right, sorry, Daniel.
Nah, no worries. I think, but yeah, first part is tactics sometimes go out the window, and it's how much the players really want it. Like, how much do these quality players actually want to go out and win the game? I mean, yeah, of course, Man City had all the ball and whatnot, but was the desire really there? Was there that chance? You know, Man City back in the day when Pep first came in, the second and third.
Can I ask you a question about Man City?
Go on.
No, I was saying it yesterday on my man's stream yesterday. What I've noticed since Arteta's left Man City and come to us, yeah, is Pep has now shown himself to be an attacking manager, and that's it. His defensive sort of management isn't great, because since Arteta's left, have you not noticed that their defense has got worse?
I'd even disagree. Like, I don't think necessarily there was an emphasis on defense. If you look at the players who have left, Company left. Like, that's huge. That's a natural leader.
That's their big problem. They can't.
Yeah,
they haven't
replaced. And then Laporta's had injury upon injury. He's their best centre back, and he's had injuries helter skelter. So that's why I'm saying a lot of it is down to the motivational factors. The second thing is, when you're looking at De Bruyne, in my opinion, and this is going to come across as a hot take, and I've been consistent with it, and I think I've mentioned it on the show before. I think De Bruyne, no doubt, best player in the world, but he's a different type of best player in the world. He's not someone who takes the game by the scruff of the neck to change the game. I mentioned it, about 3-4 weeks ago,
you did mention
and more and more we're beginning to see it. Like, he's not someone. If I always ask fans, just tell me the game where De Bruyne didn't front run, where it wasn't 0-0 and then he got an assist and a great goal, something like that, and the game was great because De Bruyne was playing
Newcastle, wasn't it?
Yeah, I guess Newcastle was a good example, but when someone like Hazard,
that's the only game I can think of. So I get your point.
Someone like Hazard, someone like Cristiano Ronaldo, someone like Thierry Henry, guys of old who have been the best player in the league.
But Daniel, just to interject you, obviously not that I'm going to defend a Man City player, but in De Bruyne's defense, just to play from the other side, he's a centre mid in it by trade. You don't really like. I hear your point in terms of you're comparing him to Hazard.
But Usmaan, remember though,
they're wingers or attacking.
Remember though, I could say that, but if you want to use that spin on it, I could say the same thing of Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard, these type of players.
Yeah, but De Bruyne has been sensational for Man City. He has won a lot of games for them, like in terms of his quality. That extra assist that he's hit to get them the third goal or the second goal.
I think it's the way I'm thinking of it is Man City are now in a place where their games are tighter than what they used to be. It's no longer the 4-0 Man City. So now you need De Bruyne to be the game changer in terms of tight games, as opposed to getting the third, fourth goal, the second goal, whatever and whatnot, getting the first assist. He needs to be the guy that in the 70th minute, 80th minute, it's still 1-1, it's still 0-0. Man City are looking for someone, like they're literally bereft of ideas, and they're looking for someone to just get them the goal. That's what they want, or get them an assist at least. That's what they need De Bruyne for. I mean, people are saying it's because he doesn't have a striker, but I just refuse to believe Aguero is the reason why they're not playing the way they should be playing. Like, they have attacking talent. But then the third point that I was supposed to make is Man City's squad has gotten worse year on year. Like, people catch up, and that's what it comes down to. Everyone's playing bad. Everyone's playing bad in the league, but you can't think that you can't improve. Improvement is necessary to all squad. Ferguson talks about it all the time. He spoke about it in his book as well. He said every single year it's about improving your squad.
Always did. He always bought in one player.
Exactly. Always to improve competition. It's because, and it links to my first point about motivation. Do the players really have the motivation? Because Pep is always on the sideline. He's proactive. He's shouting. He's talking. He's doing this, and that. But are the players really responding to what he's doing? I don't know, man. That's the questions we've got to ask ourselves.
Yeah, just go. No, this is. I'll probably. I got a fan asking for a picture or something. But just regarding the De Bruyne thing before I come to Pep, I think for me personally, I hear your point in terms of he does have to be more influential, more of a clutch player. However, I do think he's done enough in terms of those clutch moments. I think he's offered enough clutch moments for me, and he just his quality in breaking down defenses, especially like last season. What did you get, like 17 assists? Like,
he got 20. He got
20 in it. He got 20 in it. He actually got 21 in it, but they choked him one off, innit?
Took one off him. But
I respect to him. He actually equaled Henry's record fight. Exactly. Someone actually equaled Henry's record finally.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying though. Like, you can't. For me, personally, 20 assists in any season, you gotta put respect on that person's name. I think. It's obviously a lot of people will say, "Oh, he's not got the first 2 assists," for just hypothetical. But even if he gets the third assist, that third assist has killed the game. So it's just as important as getting the first assist.
Do you know the only reason why I'm scrutinizing him is because he is the best. It's not because I don't think he's great. Like, he's the best player in the league, no doubt. However, what I'm trying to say is that, like, there comes a stage where your team is a bit at a crossroads, and can you call upon that player to change the game? Exactly, just to drag them through the bad patch that they're in right now. Exactly. I think there's a number of players
as well.
Yeah, 100%. So it's just like I want him to do a bit more, and I think he's capable of doing a bit more.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to Arsenal because I know Lawless needs to go in a bit, and man's got a smile on his face straight away.
I just wish Moose was here. I wanted to get onto that guy because we haven't got a deluded Arsenal fan today. Like Cam seems like a sensible one.
Listen, we've got.
Listen. I'm gonna tell you one thing. Yeah, I get what you're saying in it, but most Arsenal fans are deluded, bro. It's the truth. It's the truth. Even these man and AFTV and that, bruv, like. All respect to them, innit? Like, enough respect to them because they're doing their thing and all that. But even most of them are deluded, bro. When I listen to them, I'm like, you know, when you listen to AFTV, yeah, and you're like, bro, you're making it worse as a club for us. Just be humble online because there's people watching you right now disrespecting our club because of you going mad. Obviously, that gains the views. I get why they did it because obviously it gains views and all that, but.
No, I wouldn't say it's just about views. Though. I've got to be honest. That's some people in particular, like Troops and DTI.
No. Obviously, like, I know. Like, obviously, I know. I don't know Troops personally, innit? But one of my guys is this guy, innit? So I know that's what Troops is like, innit? Like, and but it's just like one of them. Like when I'm listening.
The thing is with the thing is, and we're obviously going to talk. And this is my thing with a lot of our sides. They build themselves up for this fall, and this is the thing where they get. They so give excited, they hype everything, So when you overhype and you get yourself overexcited, when things don't go right and the way you want it, you get really angry, and the anger builds because your expectations, you built your expectations so high. So then when all of a sudden you hit this loss, like you losing to Leicester, you're like, what? I can't believe we lost this. Like, what do you mean you can't? All of us could see the holes and the gaps and the issues. But because you've signed like this one player that you're overhyped before he even touched the ground, before he even touched the Premier League, and this other player and Aubameyang signed.
I was saying yesterday, name me another club, another club that's gonna when they sign someone saying what time is it? It's party time. How ridiculous! I mean, I ain't being funny, When I first heard the first tweet, when I first saw that first tweet, as an Arsenal fan, I just put my head in shame, like. Do you know what it is as well? The way they made Partey out to be, like he was the next Messi and Ronaldo all in one in central defensive midfield. I said it. No, if you look at his statistics, he's not even like he's all right. Yeah, he's good for our midfield. I'm not even saying he's not good for our midfield, but you're making him out like he's the best defensive midfielder out there. I can name, you know what I mean? I'd rather Kimmich or someone like that, Matuidi. You know, like they've got. And
you're putting a lot of pressure on him as well. You're putting so much pressure on the player.
Man's made a full track for him, flipping pressure. There's one thing like pressure. Man's doing dancing for him.
No, but Usmaan.
I thought it was crack up. I'm not gonna lie.
Usmaan, me and Dan have said it all the time, and I said it, and it's so funny and telling that I said it last week when everyone's giving Arteta all his flowers, rightly so, for improving the defense.
Bro, how many times have I been violated his attack?
Well, we've got no creativity in our midfield. Literally none. And the fact that they've shut out Ozil now, and that's not for footballing reasons. That's for other reasons, man. That's for religious reasons.
Can I say something on that, Cam? About that Ozil? Because I was having this debate with someone. I just wanted to say, because I think you made a good point, about the Ozil thing, and that's something I wanted to bring up was this Ozil situation because, so say we. I think you could be right. It could be because of his political stuff and all of that why they've shut it out. But people want to say, but that's what I'm saying. People want to say it's the board. It's not Arteta. It's not Arteta. So I'll say this, right? Okay, so if it's not Arteta's decision to leave it out, it's the board. Does that not make Arteta a yes man? Because exactly. I had this debate with an Arsenal fan.
Everyone violates Ali for being a yes man, but Arteta's getting away with it.
That makes him a yes man because the thing is, and I said something, it's like, he hasn't got a choice. He hasn't got a choice. What do you mean he hasn't got a choice?
He has got
this is what I don't get as well. This is what I don't get as well.
If he's got integrity,
Arteta still puts him in his first team training.
Yeah.
If he's not, listen, I don't get it yet. If you're not gonna play a match day, why don't you put my man? If you're not gonna play him, if you know you're not gonna play him, put my man back to reserves and look at the youth. Look at someone in the youth, 1 or 2 people in the youth. Like, yeah, he looks like he's going to be a great talent. Let's give him a chance. Let's bring him.
Because they could benefit from training with the first team, innit?
Exactly. Whereas what's Ozil doing? He's not benefiting nothing because they're training with him, knowing that he's not going to be playing on the weekend.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Arteta was willing to put his name out there and say, "Yeah, it's my choice. I didn't want to choose
training.
it." So let him take that heat. He wants the heat for the board. He wants to take that for the board. So let him say, don't sit there and go, "Oh no, poor Arteta." Yeah, exactly. You can't defend him because he's being a yes man. Exactly. And that's the thing. And that's what people, and I spoke to, when I was speaking to certain Arsenal fans before, I was speaking to Troops, and Troops was like, yeah, if he doesn't want certain man, he's not going to have him. He's not a yes man. Troops was telling me he's not a yes man.
Well. He said,
listen, that's how he is a yes. Listen, everyone that comes under Kroenke from now on, is a yes man.
That's all they'll hire.
There's no way any manager is going to be able to come into this club and be like, nah, Kroenke, I'm doing it my way. Because
that's why they didn't want those to be honest.
Kroenke wouldn't even hire them.
Yeah, same like Man United. It's literally same like Man United. Yeah. And that's the problem.
Because you know what it is? I've been clowning United recently, just because I've been hearing the banter in it. So I've been giving it back in it. But I've been saying Ole and the Glazers, are Wenger and Kroenke 2.0, isn't it?
Literally, it's exactly the same. But just coming on the Ozil, Daniel, I just want to get your thoughts. Like, for me personally, and you guys know, I said this from before the season started, this Ozil thing is political. Like, fair enough, and I think I don't know if it was Troops or DT. I can't remember who said it. It was Mo actually. Mo on us, I think he said it in his fan cam after the game. Look, we're not expecting Ozil to start week in week out because different aspects of his game that don't fit the system of what Arteta's trying to do. But if you're telling me Ozil can't sit on that bench when you've got like Maitland-Niles and Willock as your creator, with all due respect to them, young lads, I respect them both, hard-working players, and this is no disrespect to them, but you're telling me Ozil can't get 15 minutes at the end of the game when you need a goal, one of the most creative midfielders. Ronaldo was practically crying when he left. Like, he came to you lot and did the job, like, in terms of creativity. And the maddest thing for me is, right, as a rival fan, before this season, obviously last season under Emery or whatever, I was looking at Arsenal, right, as an opposition. I'm thinking they got Ozil behind Lacazette and Aubameyang, and now they got Pepe as a front four. That's frightening. Ozil playing the ball through to that. Obviously, I know it's not worked out for Pepe for whatever reason.
This is what I mean.
And then you signed Partey. You finally signed the DM.
No, this is what I hate. This is what I hate about Arsenal, and the way they run the club, innit? Because at the end of the day, we should have got however you say his name. Because if he would have come in, now I'm not saying he's like the next Ozil, in it, like, or the next De Bruyne, innit? But he's got so much creativity. So the fact you're 22 years old, and you're the captain of Lyon, and every player in that squad, older or younger, respects him like he's been captain for the last 10 years. Yeah, it says something about him as a player. Yeah. And if you actually, I've seen, like, I don't watch French football week in and week out, but obviously there's times you watch highlights and that, and I see him, and like his vision is like, I'm not saying it's second to none, but like I said, he's still young. He's still young. Huh?
He violated Man City last year fully.
Yeah, but that's who we needed. But the fact that we didn't buy him, that's why we needed. For me. Sorry. Bun all that political. I don't know if you can swear or not in it. I don't know if you can swear in it. So
express yourself. It's all good.
But apart from all that political stuff, but I don't really care about it. If I was on the Arsenal board, I'll be looking at him like, look, we haven't got no creativity in our midfield, and you want to shut him out, knowing that you're not going to sign a creative midfielder.
Yeah, no, I think
it's his last year. It's his last year. We're paying the brother $350 a week. Yeah. Let's just at least play. We don't have to play him every single game, like you were saying, but play him in at least 15 games to 20 games this season, whether it's a start or on the bench.
At least sub him on, though.
Do you know what I mean?
When you need a goal.
Because otherwise, now we're just wasting 300. That 350 week could go to a charity.
But to play devil's advocate, I want to throw this to you guys because I see the counter argument. Some people were saying, well, since he made that statement, he went on to play 14 games. for Arsenal since he made that statement. And obviously now,
But that was last season, isn't it?
Yeah, that was last season. So that's what I'm saying. So was there a thing of?
I've seen the stat, Lola. Sorry to interrupt you.
Just 25 chances created.
Ozil still got the most chances created.
Oh yeah. It's mad.
He's not played since March. So
it's mad. It's mad. I mean, the thing is, he's not the player that he was, right? And Wenger dropped him, Emery dropped him, and now Arteta dropped him. However, it's like you guys saying, like, you can't tell me that he cannot offer something to this team, because even when he's not on form, he can make things happen.
Out of nothing, literally out of nothing.
And like, you've got Aubameyang, yeah. Look, Aubameyang, since he signed the contract, he's gone off the boil. But you can't tell me that. Yeah, like, imagine you had Ozil there, like, and he can then play them little through balls and all the things that he can do. Like, surely Aubameyang would thrive from that. Absolutely. So the whole thing is just
even Lacazette, even the biggest fraud in the biggest fraud in football himself would
he's your top scorer though, isn't he? I swear he's your top scorer.
This is what I don't get. Yeah, this is what I hate about him. Listen, I've been so critical. I was saying yesterday on this other podcast. Yeah, I was literally saying, innit, when we bought Lacazette, you don't understand how happy I was. Like, I was gassed because I bought my man from FIFA 13. Every FIFA, he's always been in my team. I've always bought him.
He was good on FIFA too.
Yeah. So when he came to Arsenal, the first season and a half, I let him off. Like, yeah, all right, let him have his thing. But then when Aubameyang started coming in, and then Aubameyang, like I said, that day when Aubameyang was on his hat trick, but he decides to give the penalty to Lacazette, so Lacazette can score because he was on a mad drought.
Yeah.
So Lacazette scored and he got his confidence up. But now I don't even care. If it's a confident. This is what I hate about Arsenal fans. Everyone's like, no, this is confidence. This is on his day. Like, listen, we're 3 years in now, and we're still complaining about his confidence. He obviously don't want to be there. If we're still talking about my man's confidence, why is he still at the club then?
The thing is, he wanted Champions League football. That's why he turned us down.
That's what I'm saying. If he's a top striker. If he's a top striker, all these Arsenal fans made him out to be, and I did at the start as well. I'll put my hands up.
Yeah. Did you track his plane? Did you track his flight?
You know how many times I've seen my man go through and he has not scored? He just hits it straight at the keeper. Or he hits it wide.
Yeah, the ones against Liverpool for me was just they went great. Right? Even the offside one. But listen, Danny, let's bring you in because I know you've probably been waiting since the result. Bro, let's talk Arteta. And I'm just gonna pass it to you because I've seen your tweets. So
the thing is, the thing is, I'm not even like Actually, no, let me not lie. I'm a troll, but
you are a troll.
The thing is,
I'm a troll myself, man. It's okay. I like it. It's fun, man. It's fun. It's like when you're reading someone trying to disrespect you, you're like, you're a funny guy still.
No, the thing about Arteta is really and truly what it is like I'm not in the belief of you have to compromise one aspect of football to ensure the other one succeeds. If you're trying to build platforms and build blocks, then fair enough in it, touche. But you can't be telling me that Arsenal go from being a very good attacking team.
Rough.
Boy, you can't tell me Arsenal go from a very good attacking team to literally not even being able to string chances together. Like, it's what we said last week. How can an Arsenal fan really come on and tell me a 1-0 defeat is progress? That's nonsense. Absolute nonsense.
Who said this?
You'll meet him soon. You'll meet him soon.
Oh my
God. We'll both at the same time,
like,
the thing about said the 1-0 defeat is progress.
That's
like, you know what that's like? That's like me saying I'm gonna buy a bottle of Coke and I buy one like this, but I still pay for it.
No, literally.
That's progress, literally. Yeah. Oh my Lord.
And the thing about it is that, like, Arsenal, yeah, with the way that they're playing is, it's not even like you're getting the 0-0 draws. You're not even drawing. You're still losing.
Listen, I've been so complaining about this defensive football he's working. Like, I get why he's playing it. I get it. I get why he's doing it. But every single match, you don't need to do it for every. And he's got a thing for his left side.
Yeah. Troop said it.
He's got
he said there's 2/3 of the pitch
up the left. I don't know what it is. He obviously don't like the right, innit? Like, he's obviously a Beyonce to the left kind of guy, innit? Like, I don't know, man. Maybe that's what they listen to in training, innit? That's what they probably listen to. Like,
comes down to Cam, what it comes down to, and I've said it with all these managers, Arteta, Oli, and Lampard, the first thing that they need to do, fundamental basics of football, play your best players in their best position and simplify it. Stop
100%.
trying to do tactics. Stop trying to do all this like hysteria around it. Just
At the
play your
start of
best
your
players.
managerial career as well,
Exactly,
man.
at the start of your manager. Don't make it hard on yourself.
All
Don't
that
give
complicated
people-
stuff that you're saying about can come later on when you're more experienced.
Don't give people stones to throw. Like, why is Aubameyang playing? Till this day, there's no reason why Aubameyang should be on the left. I get the experiment at first.
I want an explanation why Willian played fucking false 9 against bloody whoever it was.
Oh my god! I thought I was the only one that was. When I saw that, I was like,
"Can I get an explanation from that as well?" Because I don't know.
I can't give you one, bro. What can I say? I'm not Arteta, innit? Let my man talk. I don't know, bruv. Like
Daniel,
when I saw Willian as a false 9, I said, Arteta, are you sure you're not Emery right now? Are you sure you're not? But, bruv, I was like, wow, man, actually put Willian
it's crazy,
as a false
man.
9.
It's just about like now for Arteta, in my opinion, just needs to realize that at least put Aubameyang up front. Let's see what happens there.
I've been saying it, but all these Arsenal fans and every other fan have been saying, no, he plays best on the left.
Leave him for one more game, please. Just leave him on left for one more game, please.
No. We need him up front against you, man.
No, please.
Listen, I was saying to my Man United fan, because most of my guys are United fans in it, so I get it the most in it from them in it. So you must imagine my group chat week in, week out in it, like. Just the banter, I have to take all these L's like on a daily basis, innit? So I was saying at the start of the season, I was talking to one of them, and he was saying, "Nah, you'll beat us. I don't even think we're finishing top 6 this year." Blah 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 blah. I asked him after yesterday's game, innit? Yeah, I said, "What's your opinions now on the Arsenal United game?" He said, "If we don't beat you, I'm not watching United again this season." I don't care. He goes, I don't care even if we finish 3rd or 4th or 2nd. I'm not watching them because the fact that we lost to this Arsenal, it's embarrassing. Like I say to any club right now, if you lose to us, even Fulham, if you lose to us, it's embarrassing, bro.
Like Arsenal haven't even had that many good performances this season.
Exactly.
Like, even the game, like you said, you beat us, but you weren't good.
Our only good performance I can actually really say was Fulham. Yeah, literally.
And anyone could have a good performance against Fulham. Jeez,
Fulham, exactly.
They're terrible.
My nan can have a good performance against Fulham with no leg, bro.
Terrible, really.
Listen, just to come away from Arsenal, because I don't want it to be like Arsenal, but I do. But obviously, got to be a bit balanced in it. But can't just be bashing Arsenal. There's a couple of other games I need to talk about. Like, this is what I was saying a couple of weeks ago. Like, football's a funny game, man. Things will change within like a couple of weeks. Like, Arsenal fans 2 weeks ago were talking about how, Man United, we still are shit before someone quotes me, but, Man United are dog shit, etc., yada, yada. Now Arsenal fans are saying, oh, we can't beat Man United. It's just so mad. Like, literally within the space of 10 days, we win against PSG, and then people are like, oh, Man United are bad.
Can I ask you, as a United fan, after that 6-1, how was it looking? Like, how did you, I'm not even trying to be bantering, I'm just trying to say, like, how was you thinking?
As a Man United fan, so, I've been a fan, well, I'm 28 now, so I've been a fan since I was about 7 or 8. That was the lowest moment ever for me as a fan. Because like I said, and this is, again, obviously Spurs fans will banter me, but, we lost 6-1 to Man City before, so I remember that. And that was like 5-6 years ago, whenever it was. I remember exactly where I was at. I know exactly who I was watching it with. Everything. I didn't forget that game because like that just stuck in my head.
That was like me when you beat us 8-2. I didn't know. After the 6th goal went in, I just started laughing. After the 6th goal, I just started laughing. How many more are you gonna try and score against us, bro?
I was not laughing.
I was like, I was like saying, allow us, man, allow us.
But yeah, no, after the 6-1, I just thought, that's it, we're done in it, basically. The club's done. We've been absolutely humiliated. Like, in the backyard, Martin's been sent off as well.
But you know what? I've got to risk. Ole must have said something or done something because since the international break, apart from obviously Chelsea, you've actually been all right. Like the 2 games you played, the 2 or 3 games you played, you played all right.
Chelsea game anyway, so let's talk about that as you've led us on beautifully. Daniel, obviously drew in 0-0. Myself and you have already spoken off air anyways.
One set, Usman. Before I go, because I just got to go. I just want to say, I was going to say one thing, and then before I head out. But all I'm going to say is, I think a lot of our Man United fans are overreacting massively
That's exactly
to the
what
and making a big deal like it's the worst thing in the world to have drawn to this Chelsea team, and it was a boring game. And I think it's like we were saying before the recording. I think anyone just wants to stick to beat Ollie with, and they'll find anything, and that's the thing. And I think after the Arsenal game, it's going to be very interesting. So that's what I'm going to say. But
that's the next interesting game. You know what's so funny? Yeah, I know you as a fan. I know you're feeling like me as a United fan. Bruh, this next game for both of us is so like controversial for either one of our teams. The best thing that could actually happen, like bearing in mind, you might not agree with me, but the best thing that can actually happen for banter-wise is that we actually draw, innit? Because if either of one of us lose, the banter on the other
side is
going
to be unbearable.
If Arsenal lose, Ahmed won't be on next week, so
it's going to be pain.
I heard someone yesterday say, do you know what the funny thing is, because they were talking about Arsenal's next 5 games, and then they were saying the funny thing is Arsenal probably end up beating United, then losing their next 4 games after they started getting gassed. Oh, we're back! Yeah, who's United?
I can see it. So, but anyway, I'll catch up with you guys later. Yeah, good to chat with you guys.
Good to meet you, mate.
Yeah, you too, mate. And hopefully, I'll be speaking to you after an amazing, shocking win at Anfield, the first team to beat them there for God knows how long. So
Come on,
check it. Have a good rest of the show, guys. Speak to you later.
Man. Love.
Yeah.
Let's go into the Man United Chelsea game. You know, as Loris has basically took the words out of my mouth, that's exactly what I was going to say. But before I pass it to you, Daniel, because I know you're a very level-headed Chelsea fan. You are, to be fair, so I respect it. Can we come to you from an outsider's perspective? You know, obviously both of us drawing, you know, neither of us scoring, which is probably the biggest shock of the result, because I was expecting a potential draw, but at least some bloody goals. What are your thoughts, Cam, on that result? And obviously just, you know,
I think wasn't this the first weekend since the comeback where it's been not these big results?
Yeah,
it was the second 0-0 of the season. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. But it's been like this. I've noticed this weekend there wasn't really any big, like major, like big loads of goals in games. It's only been like 1 or 2 or 3 goals.
There has not been that many goals actually.
But as an outsider, I was. Do you know what? When I saw that 0-0, I wanted Chelsea to win. If anyone was going to win, I wanted Chelsea only because I see United being more of our competition than Chelsea right now. As in,
really,
only because I don't. The way United are, even though they've been playing good, recently, if it wasn't for their late sort of burst last season, they would have finished probably below us or 5.
Oh, you mean competition in the lower place? Oh,
that's what I'm saying. I see Chelsea because of Frank Lampard. The thing I hate about what Lampard's done in this transfer window is he's brought too many players in. Because I like the thing what he had that balance in the squad. Now it's all unbalanced again. We have to get that balance. So when I was, I didn't actually watch the match, but when I was watching the highlights, I was like, United looked like they had more of the opportunities based on the highlights I was watching.
Definitely.
But I think, I don't know, man. Like I think Chelsea will push on. I think Werner is going to take him another, I say, a few games. But I think Werner is going to be one of your best signings. I think he's going to be one of the best signings this season. I still believe that. Like when you first got him, I was like,
he's a fantastic player, to be fair. Daniel, just bringing you in, obviously, you know, Camden said in terms of he still thinks Chelsea will do better, and I personally still think you'll finish above us. I don't think this game indicates any different for me. I know a lot of United fans are like, Chelsea were there for the taking, and I suppose to an extent in the second half you could say you were, but the way I saw it, and obviously I know you watched the video yesterday, but what I said in the video yesterday was, sometimes you just got to give credit to the opposition. Like, I thought Chelsea defended fantastically well. Like, for some reason, Man United fans just don't want to accept it. And they say that it's a flaw on our part. But look, you parked the bus, you played for the draw, and at the end of the day, it was difficult for us to break you down. Like, you know, sometimes, like, look, Man City couldn't break West Ham down to get the winner. So, I know obviously they scored one anyways, fantastic goal by Foden, but they didn't win the game. So, it's the same. They couldn't break West Ham down, and they didn't really park the bus West Ham. They kind of did to an extent, but not to the extent you did that. I feel like you had Kante there, you had Jorginho there, you had 5 at the back for most parts of the game in the second half in particular, not the first half. And you did your job basically. Like Thiago,
no, that's what I'm saying.
And you've been raving about Thiago.
I told
after
you
that game. And I'll be honest with you, I love the guy. Like I'm a massive fan of his, but I did doubt him. I'm not gonna bullshit.
Of course, and
I did doubt him, but he was absolutely sensational.
The thing is, before I get into the game, this is what I tried to explain to people. Like, for me to say he's coming into the league without having played the game, he was top 3. Like, no doubt, I had full faith in him. Of course, the West Brom mistake was glaring, but when you make a mistake like that, people forget about the rest of your game. And he in terms of in possession, I could see where he could fit into the team, how he was going to play, and got onwards from that. When Thiago Silva and Mendy have played, surprise, surprise, we've had our clean sheets this season.
Yeah,
do you get what I'm saying?
Correct, yeah.
So 3 clean sheets: Crystal Palace, Sevilla, and United.
Okay,
So it's like now, the problem I have with Chelsea fans and United fans, I'll put us in the same bubble, is that try and see the bigger picture. Both teams have struggled. United, Old Trafford, you haven't won a game. You conceded loads of goals. Conceded 9 goals in 2 games.
Stupid amount. We're not winning 5, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So at home, especially, and for both teams, this is a point where I said, if they want to capitalize on it and use it as a building block, as a platform to then go on and win games with clean sheets, the team that wins this league this year is the team that concedes the least, 1000%, because everyone's going to score goals, but it's about who can keep the clean sheets, who can. And this is why I love, in a way, what Lampard did. I don't want to be too positive about it, because definitely there were things that were negative. I feel like there were risks that could have been taken. However, it showed me that Chelsea could come into a game with a game plan of saying, let's defend, let's see if we can defend, let's see if we can handle pressure and still not concede. And that's what we did. We didn't concede, because that United team, regardless of the fact that they didn't start their big guns, they still had good chances in that game where Mendy showed up. That Rashford chance, that one-on-one, I don't know if you remember years ago, that was like literally a flashback to when David Luiz made a mistake and Rashford was one-on-one with Courtois and he hits it across the goal. I don't know if you remember that. Yeah. So that was a flashback for me. I thought, it's all over. And what Mendy does is he kind of shows him, he baits him into going that way, but then opens himself up with his foot. Kepa's in goal. He does not save that.
The angle at which Mendy's come out has closed the angle for Rashford.
Exactly.
Like, if you actually watch it back, obviously Mendy's there, but if you actually watch the angle of the shot, it looks like it might be similar to the PSG one. That's not going to hit the post, but it's fair. It's in the corner, like to an extent. And a lot of people say, "No, Rashford's finishing was poor there," but if you actually watch it back, it's because it's
going in the corner.
Mendy's closed down the angle. That's why I said it was a fantastic save. Not just only because it was a 1v1, but he's taking a risk there, because if Rashford's got a bit about him, he chips him. That's on me. He's getting chipped. Do you know what I'm saying? But Rashford hasn't got that in his locker, which is understandable. So I don't expect him to do it.
So it's just about not overreacting.
It was fair play to Mendy. It was a very well saved.
So for me, it's just about not overreacting, ensuring that what Oli does now, go into that Arsenal game with a bit of confidence, that my team kept a clean sheet. Maguire, Lindelof had good games. Wan-Bissaka had a good game. Even Shaw, I would say, defensively had a good game. There were points where we were trying to counter-attack, but you guys nullified that threat. So it's there, it's possible. But what needs to happen now is show a bit about yourselves. Can you plug your star players into your lineup now and play the system that you ideally want to play? Let's be honest. Bruno doesn't want to play with McTominay and Fred behind him. He wants support.
We've got someone commenting
he wants support. Do you get what I'm saying?
That one, yeah.
So, and it's the same with Chelsea fans. Chelsea fans don't want to see Lampard playing with a 3 now. We know we can defend. We've defended with a 3. We've kept clean sheets with a 4. So now let's go into the game with a bit of attacking impetus, but that same defensive structure, and let's see how we can go. So that's why I said, when you ask me about thoughts on the game, I don't want to be too negative. Let's look back. Let's look 3 games in advance. Let's see where this game has taken us. Do you get what I'm saying? If we have 3 0-0s on the trot, then I'll be complaining. I'll be like,
that's exactly what I said. What you just said there at the end is exactly what I said. If we beat RB Leipzig and Arsenal next week, then this game is fine. Like, let's just see how we go. If we don't beat Arsenal, we draw to Arsenal next week as well, then I'll come back to Chelsea game. Okay, we had to win this Chelsea game. That's the way I'm seeing it. So we'll have to wait and see. But Cam, just a final word on the 2 managers, and let's move on to obviously just general chat regarding the league. We'll skip the 2 Merseyside teams. Yeah, so what are your thoughts on both managers? Because I know a lot of people, in particular Man United fans, slating Oli, he bottled it, he shouldn't have played McTominay, he should have played Pogba, where's Van der Beek, etc. The list is endless in terms of, criticism towards him. As an outsider, what are your thoughts on both managers in terms of, where they are at the moment?
Do you know what? I think Oli isn't the right man for United. Like, I think he's an all right manager. He's a good little manager, but for me, like, he should be managing someone like, he's like one of the managers that will do well at someone like Burnley or, one of them sort of.
Yeah, okay, I get
like, I'm not even trying to disrespect him.
I
just don't feel like he's big enough for United. Like, I don't think he has the
pedigree.
Yeah, the pedigree, that's the one.
Yeah.
For United itself. You know what I mean? Whereas Lampard on the other, like, I was critical on it when Chelsea first signed him. I was like, first signed him. I mean, first brought him back in as a manager. I was thinking, so you're bringing a manager in after 1 year's management experience. That's a risk. But then I saw how the way he got Chelsea playing last season, and I said to one of my mates who's a Chelsea fan, I said, you know what? I'm not worried about Chelsea this season. I'm worried about them next season. As in, because if they can get, if Lampard can get his players to play in the way that it was sort of playing last season, but in a bit better, a bit more clean, more, aggressive.
Yeah.
I think Lampard would do really well for Chelsea. Like, I think he'll be a title challenging manager for Chelsea.
Yeah, let's just say Lampard, in my opinion, has more tools to put up a title challenge this year. So that's why I think there's even more pressure on him. And obviously, Usmaan, feel free to jump in. But I think there's even more pressure on Lampard because the season has been so bad. Everything has been about Man City and Liverpool are going to run away with it. But really and truly, Chelsea are 4 points behind top. And Liverpool aren't even top of the league. Man City are below us in the league. Having played this, I think they played the same number of games.
I think the problem is with United side. Yeah, the problem with United side is not. Do you know what it is? They can get any manager they want. It's the Glazers and Woodward.
Look, I think for me personally, right, I'm just going to be honest, Cams, and obviously, Daniel, if you watched yesterday's video, I think both managers are going to get sacked coming this season. I don't think either going to.
You think?
Yeah, I don't think. I look, for me personally, I just don't think Ollie's going to win us a trophy. And as a fan, I think both managers need to win a trophy this season. I wouldn't have said that for Lampard because he's not been there for a long period, but the transfer window suggests I have to win a trophy. Simple as that. Is Lampard good enough to win the trophy? The league, I don't think he'll win the league. You're the Champions League, of course. So Champions League, anything can happen in the Champions League. I'm not saying he can't win it, of course.
He can't win the Champions League this year.
No, but I'm just saying Leon can get that far. Anything, and you have got
fair enough.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna say you can't win Champions League because I've seen shitter teams win it. Not Arsenal, obviously, but no, sorry.
Allow me. Hey, we got to a final, man. Allow me, innit?
It's all Spurs, isn't it? But yeah, so like
but at least
I don't think either manager is gonna. I think the potential could both get top 4. But I just don't think for Abramovich, I don't think that's going to be enough. And for Man United, I just don't think that's going to be enough. I think they're both.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, it kind of reminds me of this talk about apparently Arteta is the next big thing.
No, but that's what I was going to ask you though, because Arteta's kind of getting away with murder for me personally.
Literally, I was saying since Arteta's come in, I asked an Arsenal fan yesterday. I said, apart from defensively, and I'm talking about just on the pitch itself, not in the locker room or whatever happens behind scenes. I said, on the pitch itself, apart from defensively, what have you seen that's improved us so greatly that Arteta should be getting the praise that he's getting right now?
I think all it is, because there's the graphic that came out today as well. Like he's had this. So at this point now, comparing Emery and Arteta, the only thing that has dramatically improved is that FA Cup, I'd say, but also the goals. You've conceded less goals, at least. I think it's 11 less goals. However,
we're not even scoring as many goals.
You've lost, exactly. You've lost more games. You're not scoring as many goles, and Emery has a better win percentage at this point at the same point as Arteta.
And I was
arguably,
the way I used to disrespect Emery. Yeah, so imagine when Arteta came in, I was like, oh yeah, bro, who's Emery, Pelican Emery, and all that. Yeah, I'd rather Emery right now because at least I know we were conceding a lot, but we were scoring at least.
It's true. I think that's what it is though. Like, I think Arteta just needs to find that balance between defense and attack.
I can't even say Arteta is going to get sacked at the end of the season because
he won't get sacked at the end of the season. It's too early. But the major worry for me is Aubameyang has the same number of goals as Firmino, hasn't scored since Fulham day one, and that's a problem. Your best player after signing his big contract deal to get the statue.
Can I just ask you both a question? Yeah, actually, this is what I've been saying last season as well. Actually, so do you think, right, there's a case that Aubameyang, because obviously he was sensational last season and the season before, he's been brilliant. He's been papered over in the cracks of Arteta and make him look better than he is. Because that's
100%. He saved Arteta. He saved Arteta.
Because obviously I hear this all the time. Bruno saved Oli, and I would agree with that. I've never denied that. A lot of United fans won't deny that. But Arsenal fans, right? This is the problem for me. Like they're so not. I don't want to use the word deluded, but they're so like. Or tunnel vision in the sense that, oh, we're doing X, Y, and Z. They're not looking at the bigger picture. Like, if you take Aubameyang's goals away from your team, you would have got relegated.
We would have finished like 15th last season.
You would have literally got relegated potentially. So, and Aubameyang's entitled to have a poor run of form. He's entitled to do that. He's a human being. You can't expect him to be banging. You know, there's different factors to why he's not performing at the moment. But there's nobody else stepping up, which is why.
There's one stat. Yeah, there's one stat no Arsenal fan likes to talk about. With Aubameyang, he's missed more goal scoring opportunities than he's actually scored.
Yeah, but I suppose that that is a harrowing stat. But in his defense, I wouldn't even look.
I'm not even trying to slate him in it because obviously, like you're right what you're saying. If it wasn't for his goals last season,
but what I'm saying, it wasn't even obviously. Of course, it's about a goal, but the problem for Arsenal is. They don't. Again, this is something that's said about Oli and other managers. They don't have a system that is okay. For example, like in a normal team, let's just use.
They don't have a plan B. They don't have a plan B.
But not even a plan B. But let's use Man City as an example, right? So just say I don't know. Morris is not having a good game, for example. You'll have Sterling that will step up and get you the win. Aguero and other match winners. Your only match winner really is Aubameyang. You don't have if he's not on song. Then your team is just flat. That's what.
It ties into what I said at the beginning of the season. Arsenal are an Aubameyang injury away from being a very, very average team, and really and truly, Aubameyang is basically playing as if he's injured. He's playing. He's
you know what I hate about Arsenal? Yeah, and I was saying, I've been saying it for the last year now. We've gone from 2000 up to 2005. We was a top 2 team. From 2006 to 2016, we were a top 4 team. Since then, we've been a top 10 team. You get
I'd still say top 8, top 6. Still.
No, I wouldn't know. We were lucky. Look, I'm not even gonna lie. We were lucky to get 8th last season. We were lucky
to get 8th. I don't know about that. I think.
No, we were lucky, man. We were lucky.
You were 8th on merit. In fact, Sheffield United bottled it towards the end of the season. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it wasn't for the team starting to bottle it at the end of the season, we would have ended up finishing.
I could say the same about Man United, so I'm not going to sit here and say you were, because at the end of the day, we were looking to get 3rd, and the fact that we even got 3rd is mad.
I can't believe you got 3rd. Oh my god, the fact that you come 3rd, I was like,
I just love saying we finished 3rd, even though we did not deserve it at all. But it is what it is. But listen, I just want to wrap up the show with a couple of things. Also, a couple of score predictions for the weekend and the Champions League, because I forgot we're playing. Just before I do that, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Of course, we have got an Arsenal fan here and a Chelsea fan. So, we've got to just do a quick score prediction because the Spurs game just kicked off. I believe they're playing against Sean Dyche's team. Cam, we'll come to you first, bro. What's the score?
For the Spurs game?
Yeah.
I'm saying, is it 0-0 right now, yeah? Is it just kicked off?
I think it's just kicked off. 8 o'clock,
the game,
Is it 8 o'clock kick off? All right. Yeah, no, I'm saying 3-0. Who's at home?
Burnley at home.
Oh, 2-1 Spurs.
2-1 Spurs. No, I think it's going to be tight. I won't be surprised.
That's what I'm saying. Or 1-0 or 2-1. I think they'll win it by a goal.
I'm gonna say 3-1. Actually, I know that contradicts what I said about being tight.
Because Harry Kane, Son, right now they're
They'll be starting. I don't know. I've not looked at the team sheet.
No, I'm just saying, but they're just doing it for Spurs right now. But they're like the team. Son right now, and also Son's another one. Sorry. I know you want to wrap up the show, but Son's another one that doesn't get spoken about enough.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to get the lineup actually. That's what, as you're talking. That's why I keep interrupting you. Yeah, Son and Dembele is playing in number 10. Yeah, so we got Son. It's just a standard team, what you'd expect from him. Obviously, I'm assuming Bale's on the bench. But anyways, listen, let's wrap it up. Let's do a couple of predictions for Champions League, and then obviously we'll do the Premier League prediction for ourselves.
No Europa League now.
We don't do Europa League.
We're still there, you know. We're still in Europe with the little teams, you know. Allow us, man.
Listen, Arsenal fans were saying to me, "Yo, we'll see you in Europa League," but you know, I'm just gonna enjoy the Champions League as I can, innit? Because I'll be doing Europa League predictions come later in the season.
Nah, don't worry about the Europa League. I was only joking, man.
Yeah, so good. Right, okay. We want to do the Premier League teams anyway, so we'll start with Liverpool. Come with you for. To be honest, I don't even think there's any point doing predictions. They're all fucking easy games. Apart from that, like Chelsea got Krasnodar. Obviously, Chelsea gonna win that. Man City got Marseille potentially.
Yeah, they're gonna win that.
Yeah.
Who's at home?
Man City.
No, Marseille.
Marseille. Nah, Man City will win that.
I think Marseille might win that. You know.
You think so?
I reckon they might nick it. Yeah, I reckon they might nick it.
I'm going to go Man City win. Obviously, I'm not going to bother with the Liverpool one. They've got I don't know how to pronounce it, but I just call it Midgetland. I know it's not
right. Oh, yeah, Midgetland, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to win, man. 4-0 easy, man. Who's close? No Van Dijk.
Yeah, I hope you're right. The only hard one really is Man United and RB Leipzig, so I'll let you guys have a say on that one. Danny, what do you reckon?
Who's home?
It's at Old Trafford, so we're not 1 in 5, so hopefully completely get a win.
I'll just give you guys the edge. I'll give you guys the edge because Leipzig don't have Werner. Werner's like a big miss for them. Yeah, I'll just give them the edge. Yeah, the dominant edge. I'll say 2-1. Tight win.
You take that every day of the week.
Yeah, I'm saying draw or United might nick it.
All right. Well, to be honest, we do need to win this game because we're at home. Because obviously away in Europe is an absolute pain, isn't it? I've just looked through the fixtures, and there's actually an absolute worldie of a game here that I've not mentioned. Juventus against Barcelona.
Juve have got this. Barca just lost the El Clasico, innit?
Nah, but Ronaldo's not going to be able to play though.
Oh yeah, of course. Is he
Corona.
Oh yeah, of course. How do I forget?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because Ronald Koeman looks like he's playing Messi in defensive midfield, bro.
Yeah. The El Clasico was a joke from Barcelona. It was a joke.
No, it was a complete shambles.
That is a team of like Man United have obviously declined. Don't get me wrong, but the way Barca are declining is just, and there's still got Messi there as well, which is. It's frightening, to be honest.
Frightening.
It is actually frightening.
Could be gone next year.
Let my man leave in peace before he hates the club himself, innit?
Yeah, legit. All right, okay, let's just quickly wrap it then. We'll do a quick score prediction for Man United Arsenal. I haven't got the other fixtures up, so by all means, let me know the Chelsea got Burnley.
Tough game.
Right, Daniel, we'll come with you obviously as a neutral. You hate
Man United Arsenal. That's a tough game. It won't be a draw because it won't be like Chelsea United where both teams came to play for a draw.
I think Arteta's definitely going to part the bus, man.
You think so? I don't think so.
Away from home, outside Old Trafford, bro, man. I
think he can't afford to do that. He needs a big win after Leicester.
It's like I was saying, he's got no plan B.
I think he's going to part the bus, man.
I don't think he will. Who's at home? Man United.
Yeah, I think he'll part the bus and try hope Alba hits one on the counter, man. That's why I'm not slagging Aubameyang. I won't be surprised if he scores against our slow bloody defense.
I'll go with a 1-0 United. I'll go with 1-0 United. It'll be tight. It'll be a very tight game.
Okay, Cams, what do you reckon, bro? Just a score prediction.
5-0 Arsenal, not playing. I reckon, to be honest with you, it's either going to be a draw or if there is a win, it'll come late, innit?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I just don't know who the winner will come. If it all depends for me. If Arsenal are gonna win, it all depends how Maguire and that are on the day. Because if they're sloppy on the day, I think Aubameyang could latch onto that.
I think if you play 3 at the back, they will stop Aubameyang, to be honest. But I don't think they'll do that.
But I think it's gonna be I don't want us to lose. That's the thing.
Yeah.
All I'd say is
we've taken like what 2-3 L's already, so we really and truly need a win in it. But I wouldn't mind coming away from United.
All I'll say is don't be the team that gives Aubameyang confidence. Don't let him start a run.
Oh, you're relax, man. Relax. Don't be pushing pressure. Listen, I'm not confident because of our defense, but I'm gonna say it's gonna be a ridiculously tight game. I'm just gonna say we're gonna nick it 2-1. Like I generally don't think there's gonna be much in it because both teams aren't particularly playing fantastic. I don't know why our fans are so.
Do you know what it is though? Do you know what I've noticed with United? They, for some reason, and it says season in, season out, and especially at Old Trafford. Emirates is a bit different, but when it's at Old Trafford, it doesn't matter how bad United are playing. For some reason, when it comes to Arsenal, they will turn up.
Well, flipping hope so. But I can't. The amount of banter I'm gonna get if we lose this game. Oh my god, I don't know.
I was saying, like I'm saying to any United fan that watches this, if you don't beat us the way we're playing, you have no right to banter any other team.
Listen, we've held the against Spurs already. We lose to Arsenal.
Yeah.
Fuck it,
United fans are already numb.
Yeah.
What? Do you know what? Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a quick? If we end up beating you, but it's only like a 1-0 or 2-0 or 2-1, what would be worse for you? The Tottenham result or Arsenal result?
Ooh.
I think because of the banter, I think the Arsenal result would be worse. But obviously, the Spurs result was. In fact, then again, we got bantered the shit out of the Spurs one. Fucking, I don't know.
But you're just lucky Liverpool lost 7-2 that same day, bro.
You do not understand, bro. I was doing
They literally took that edge off you, just that slight little bit, bro.
I was doing a match reaction live because obviously we just lost. So I was doing a match reaction to the game, and I'm seeing the Liverpool score ticking on my screen, obviously, like on my laptop. Like, nah, this can't be right. I'm refreshing BBC, like, what's fucking 4-1 at half time? Like,
I thought my phone was bugging out. I was thinking, is my phone broken, bro?
I don't know what's happened, man. It was some weird day. But listen, I just want to wrap it up there. I just want to say a massive thank you to our guests, as always. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel.
Hope to be on the show again, man. 100%,
yeah, absolutely,
man.
bro, man. We'll have to get you on with Ahmed, man, 100%, because it'll be nice to balance
That'll be
you guys
funny.
out. It'd actually be class. But listen, just before we go, as always, an opportunity for you guys to shout out your socials. Daniel, as always, brother, where can they find you?
My at on the screen, and obviously as on the Ball TV on all platforms.
Yes. As always, make sure you go and show him love. His socials are down below. Cam, what you saying? Where can they find
Same thing. My social, if you want to get me on Instagram, it's my at on the screen, but on Twitter it's Camzy24. So that's Camzy with 3 Y's, by the way. 24.
Yeah. Well, obviously both will be tagged in the tweet as well. So obviously, if you are following us already on Twitter, if you're not, well, I don't know what the hell you're doing, but follow us anyway.
Do you know what it is? I'm not a bit. Do you know what it is? Yeah, Flawless got onto me about getting back onto Twitter, innit? Because I completely stopped using Twitter.
Yeah.
So I can jump on it. I'll jump on it in a minute after, and
Yeah. Say no more. Boys, listen, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. We'll be back in a few. Hopefully, Spurs lose, so we'll all be happy.
Come on, Burley. 4-0. Come on.
Come on, Sean Dyche.